They're putting a pause on interest rate increases. How far do you think this is actually going to go?
Almost at 8 to 9%.
Throughout the year, we'll experience growth contractions. We expect that the unemployment rate will go up.
I hate to give this government any credit. I know.
It may sound crazy. People are pawning jewelry.
Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker, and I'm back with Varan.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, buddy. So this is our mortgage guy from iConnect Mortgages. If you've ever run across me, you'll know I'll pretty much just hand you his number right away. Just works for us.
Thank you.
Yeah. What we want to talk about a little bit, and a lot of people have been asking me, and you seem to have all the answers.
I hope so.
Yeah. So basically, we're hearing about the Bank of Canada coming out and saying that they're putting a conditional pause on interest rate increases. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? And how far do you think this is actually going to go?
I think they're definitely going to put a pause on it. On the deliberation, they mentioned they're really looking at the household debts and the mortgage rates, so the affordability is an issue.
Yeah.
So I don't think so there'll be any reduction in the rate, maybe till Q4.
Okay.
Or Q1 next year.
Yeah.
But I don't think so there'll be a hike either.
Yeah, because there was also reports about them saying that, hey, like interest rates could possibly come down before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But you don't think that could happen?
Maybe Q4, not before that. I don't think
before
so.
That.
Not before that.
So you also mentioned something interesting. So in their deliberations, they were basically saying, hey, now we're going to start catering the interest rate towards household debt levels. Before, they were kind of like catering it to the inflation being out of control and bringing it down by raising the rates. But now I guess they're saying Canadians can't actually afford this.
It's not just a household. It's overall household debts, like car loans, mortgages, anything you borrow, right?
Yeah, because
credit cards.
Yeah, because now, as everybody knows, or you should know that I started driving a pickup truck like a year and a half ago. And someone told me, actually, when I drive a pickup truck, I'm not going to get a regular car. And I've been trying so hard to find like a regular car to buy. And I'm just like, I don't think so, man. I think I'll get another pickup truck. But now I'm looking at the interest rates on those things, and I'm like, oh my God.
9%?
Yeah, like 10% for interest rate on those things. Yeah, so I guess overall house debt level is probably something that they're going to be looking at. Yeah. We could talk about this like from an economic perspective and whatever else like that. But practically, what are you kind of doing right now? Because you got a bunch of stuff. And I'm sure you got mortgages coming up. What would you do?
So it may sound crazy. I'm actually renewing my mortgages that are coming up on March 1st into an open term.
Open term? What does that mean?
So open terms mean it's a very high interest rate.
Oh.
Almost at 8 to 9%.
Wow.
The reason I'm doing that is I know fixed rates are coming down because the bond yields are fluctuating. So, for example, bond yields gone up by 30 basis points in about 1 week time.
Okay.
So there's a very uncertainty. And also the spring market is hitting up as well. So I don't want to commit myself on a high rate, then regret down the road. So I'm okay to pay a high interest rate for 3 to 4 months, kind of see where everything is trending. Then I'm going to convert it into a short-term product or a variable. Most probably I'll go on a variable. So basically you're saying that then I guess what you're trying to say is that the next maybe 3 or 4 months is really going to be a deciding factor of how things are going to move forward for the rest of the year? Exactly.
So you're going to take that time. But put it this way, like you're saying, like if you go into open for like 8 or 9% or whatever it is, the interest rate, like that's kind of scary. I think a lot of our viewers over here would say you're completely nuts.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Even my wife thinks I'm nuts.
Okay, fair enough. So we're all on the same page of you being nuts. All right, fair enough. But then what would you tell other people like that are a little bit more conservative that still want to benefit from, the potential change that's going to happen? What is a safer bet for people to do then?
Take a 1-year term.
Okay.
The reason I say take a 1-year term, because you can do a renewal within 120 days.
Okay.
So you're technically taking a mortgage for 9 months.
Sure.
And if the rates start to come down, and I'm certain, it may sound crazy, but I'm certain the rates will come down Q4 or Q1 2024. Take a 1-year term. So let's say, for example, if you're renewing, so you can early renew it within 120 days. If the rates are coming down, so you have an option to do that. So you're taking a very short-term mortgage.
So I didn't know that actually. So basically you could renew 120 days in advance and you won't have a penalty on a fixed rate?
No, as long as you stay within the same institution. Same lender.
Wow, okay, so that's cool. So you're really committing for 8 months and then you could switch out the product at that point.
Pretty much.
So that's not bad. Tough question, but when we say like rates will come down, putting you on the spot here, like what do you think is going to happen? Like in your best judgment, like how do you think they're going to do this thing? Like the increase was pretty fast.
So It's a good. I always look at the way you're going on a highway and you're putting handbrakes to cool down the economy.
Yeah.
And you cannot run on a handbrake for too long.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to ease things off
Yeah.
to get the economy flowing. It's not just affecting the housing market; it's affecting the overall economy, as you said, the car sales. So I also read an article. They say there's more jobs has been created,
Yeah.
and on the other side, there's a lot of people arguing back and say there's a lot of jobs being created because people are finding a part-time jobs to keep up the household debts.
True.
So you don't know why this job growth has happened. Is it because of the economy is doing well, or people are looking for a second employment to keep up the debts?
Just to keep up.
Right? So if this continues like that, there will be an issue. And I think I share you a story. I was talking to one of my friend. He's in a jewelry business. He was telling people are pawning jewelry at 50 cents a dollar at 40% interest rate to keep up the mortgage payments.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that's crazy, and I mean, obviously, it's not sustainable, right? So that's why I guess they're looking at this thing, and I guess there is a lot more to unfold with this interest rate increase. I've kind of said it, and Chris and I were talking about it on a podcast before too. Is like whatever the changes that they have made, like obviously they have a short term effect in it, right? And then they're going to be a long term effect, and I hate to give this government any credit. I know. If you're not with me here, but like, you know, at least they're looking at it at this point right now and saying, hey, like there is going to be a problem. And I think they're trying to Band-Aid solutions, put a Band-Aid to their own problem here right now. But like, at least they're looking at it without letting it all fall out, right? Because there's a lot of people at risk here right now.
100%.
So you didn't answer my question though.
So
when interest rates start to go down at the end of the year or early next year, how do you think that they're going to come down? Do you think that they're just going to all of a sudden start dropping big numbers, or do you think they're going to slowly kind of ease into?
I think it's going to be slowly going to be easing things up because they still want to keep the inflation under control.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. It will not come down as it went up,
Okay.
but it will start slowly coming down.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool. So that's what we kind of have here today about like what's going on currently and where Varan thinks it's going. So if you guys have any problems with anything that was said over here, Varan's contact information is going to be on the screen, and you can contact
Call me
him
directly.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.